What's up, guys? Got some of his music today. Nice little feature in there. Not bad. Not mad. Let me know if you hate it. All right, all right, all right. Good evening, beautiful souls and curious minds. I am Dr. Joaquin Acosta, your host for tonight's vibrant episode of the Know Your Pharmacist Livestream, guys. And I'm also the honored CEO of Pharmtrue, where we envision an innovation to empower your wellness journey, guys. As the dusk gently kisses the horizon, we find ourselves on the cusp of a celestial marvel, the annual solar eclipse, a phenomenon that enchants the skies and enkindles our awe for the grand tapestry of existence. The eclipse is not merely an astronomical wonder, but a poignant reminder of the intricate ballet of cosmic forces that cradle our earthly realm. Just as the sun and the moon engage in their celestial dance, we too are intertwined with the rhythms of nature, each beat resonating through the sinews of our well being. Tonight, we unroll a tapestry of discussions that echo the celestial rhythm, from safeguarding your precious sight as you witness the eclipse to harnessing the bounties of nature in nurturing our wellness. As we delve into the realms of technology, we'll explore how modern tools enable us to capture the ephemeral beauty of the celestial events. But guys, they can absolutely be blown away by the sun. So you gotta keep care. Anyways, in our Enlightenment Hour today, guys, takes a profound dive into the mystical symbolism of eclipses, an invitation to reflect, connect, and resonate with the cosmic dance. And as we transition into our Herbal Wellness Corner, we open up a dialogue on your cherished weekend routine that rejuvenates your spirit, a personal ode to self-care. And in our community spotlight, guys, we celebrate the indomitable spirit of our cancer warriors as we gear up for the finale of the Warriors Week, which is going to be the Warriors Week Music Fest, an ensemble of rhythm, resilience, and communal support. So, lastly, guys, our Men's Health Minute today is a gentle nudge towards embracing balanced weekends that fuel our zest for life. And we are here to learn, explore, and grow together in a space where curiosity meets compassion, guys, and science serenades the soul. So your engagement adds color to the discourse, guys. Please feel free to share your thoughts, your experiences, and your love for the ceaseless quest of knowledge. Heartfelt gratitude to our beloved sponsors, guys: Pharmtrue, High Horse, the Trichome Lines, and Vada Speedway Park, whose support is the wind beneath our wings on this enlightening voyage. So let the curtains of the night unveil, guys, the stage for our discourse as we delve into the realms of the known, the unknown, and the infinite beyond. So welcome to the Know Your Pharmacist live stream, everybody. Happy Friday. Tomorrow, October 14th, is, you already guessed it, Solar Eclipse Day. So exciting there for all of us here in New Mexico, because New Mexico is some primetime area. Albuquerque, we're a little jealous of you guys. Roswell, we're a little jealous of you guys. And why exactly is that? I'm going to share that with you guys on the screen. So hope everybody's gearing up for a fun, enjoyable eclipse day. So I'm going to share with you right here the NASA map, where to check the eclipse, what's going on. So zooming all the way out, Albuquerque, you guys are getting the full-on partial eclipse. So this is cool. It's not exactly a total eclipse. Last total eclipse was in 2017. But we'll show you guys a little time lapse here of the eclipse and what it's supposed to look like through the eyes of NASA. So that's this NASA eclipse viewer deal I'm going to show you guys and go through, just hopefully give you guys a little look. I'll put that in the chat so you can pop on that. Who's going to be watching this tomorrow? It's going to pop up. It's going to be during this entire period of time, but your best time to see it is about like 10:39 a.m. Again, You want to see what it's going to look like from Albuquerque? Check this out right here. So through the day, 9 a.m., boom. And so at the 10:30, 7, 6 a.m. right here, that's what they call the Ring of Fire. That's what everybody's looking for tomorrow in Eclipse Day. Everybody wants to see the Ring of Fire. So showing that right there. Boom. Get the link to the NASA Eclipse right here. If you guys want to look at it for yourself, you can literally do the time lapse, see what time the Ring of Fire happens. As you can see in the bottom left, it does show you the time, 10:37 a.m. here. And the way it browses through, this is how it looks. Pretty cool. So, moon is leaving by completely gone by noon, basically. Prime time right there. The Ring of Fire. Kind of cool how it looks over Albuquerque as well. All the way stretching down to Roswell. So everybody out down in there, down on the I-40, don't look up unless you've got the means to. So either you bought the glasses or you've built some version of the glasses, YouTubeable and Googleable all by now. But yeah, that's what it's gonna look like there for El Paso, guys. That's the closest thing I'm gonna see there. We won't get I don't think we get the entire Ring of Fire. So this is what we're gonna see here. Almost a Ring of Fire from El Paso. I mean, close enough at about 10:40, but not quite what Albuquerque's getting. So cool. Everybody can see that themselves as well if they go check out the NASA site. Hope everybody's interested in, Rings of Fire. Again, El Paso, that's where we're going to be viewing from. That's about 10:30 a.m. I believe there's one place in Las Cruces, the Asombro Institute, where you can look at it from a telescope from 9 a.m. to noon at the Chihuahuan Desert Nature Park, 56501 North Jornada Road. So that's pretty cool. Otherwise, I do believe the Desert Southwest Cancer Group is doing a walk on Traverse Trail where they're going to be giving out solar glasses to walk in support of breast cancer tomorrow. I think starting at like 8 o'clock. So that's pretty cool. And otherwise, I don't know exactly if there's that many other viewing places here in Las Cruces. So get your solar glasses available. You can absolutely make them out of a cereal box. Be sure to go, do your Googling on that, but that's what we're going to see there. The path to the, let me blow that down. Path around the, United States here, Eugene, Oregon, down through Albuquerque, Kerrville, and Corpus Christi. So again, don't take pictures of the eclipse, guys. And that's what we're talking about in our tech talk here during eclipse weekend. Celestial times, for sure. Always important to keep in mind here that things are changing. Through that Ring of Fire, life will never be the same. Back in the war days, an eclipse has stopped a war before. Think about that. It goes dark in the middle of the day. You're like, all right, ceasefire. What? You can find all those crazy histories. We'll show you some cool stuff here in a second. But again, you do have to get a lens for your phone, guys. Don't just point your iPhone at the eclipse and try to think that's going to save you. It's literally going to screw up your camera. So that's, my advice in our tech talk. Do not point your iPhone at the eclipse without, creating it the cereal box cutout viewer of it or buying the lens. I doubt you're going to get anything here in Las Cruces or even in New Mexico, right? Maybe Walmart has some Eclipse stuff. That'd be interesting. Otherwise, jumping down here, I want to show you guys a video here, how eclipses have changed history. Let's do a little historical number.
Birds will go silent, the temperature will drop, the wind will shift direction, and the stars will come out as the sun's light is momentarily extinguished. But eclipses are more than just natural marvels. Over the centuries, they've spurred major discoveries about the universe. The oldest surviving record of an eclipse comes from Yin, an ancient capital city in China. It was carved on a tortoise shell. 3 flames ate the sun, and big stars were seen. A lot of ancient stories, from the Americas to Scandinavia to India, refer to the sun being eaten. People thought some deity was angry, or these were omens that meant a king would die. And some of those kings were nervous enough, they appointed people to study the sky and take lots of notes. What started out as fearful fascination turned into something more scientific. Freaking out about eclipses kick-started astronomy. One of these early astronomers, Hipparchus, used an eclipse to calculate the distance to the moon. There was a total eclipse in his hometown, but he heard that 600 miles due south, only 4/5 of the sun was obscured. That was all he needed. See, Hipparchus was all about this new kind of math involving lots of angles and triangles. He calculated that the moon was between this far away and this far away. This was hundreds of years before telescopes, and we'd already started to measure the solar system. By the 17th century, the moon's size and distance were well known, but no one knew why the moon orbited Earth. Then a real oddball named Isaac Newton figured out the law of gravity. But some people needed convincing. Newton's hype man, Edmund Halley, that guy they named a comet after, said, okay, Newton's law of gravity determines the moon's orbit, so I should be able to use that law to predict exactly when the moon will go in front of the sun. He calculated that an eclipse would hit Britain at 9:05 a.m. on May 3rd, 1715. And he printed up these handy posters that reassured everyone, no, the king isn't going to die. Halley got impressively close. The sun went dark at 9 sharp. And that eclipse proved Newton wasn't crazy, he was a genius. People went on to use Newton's ideas to accurately predict the orbits of most of the known planets. But 2 planets had unexpected wobbles, Uranus and Mercury. In France, tireless mathematician Herbal Wellness used lots of equations to show that it must be the gravity of unknown planets pulling Uranus and Mercury off track. He calculated exactly where the planet pulling on Uranus would have to be, and when astronomers went to look, there it was. They named it Neptune. Leverrier was psyched, and he was so sure they'd find a planet pulling on Mercury too, he preemptively named it Vulcan. But here's the problem. Vulcan was supposed to be right here, just hidden by the sun's glare. Vulcan hunters would need an eclipse. Every time one rolled around, scientists, including Thomas Edison, scoured the sky. But those eclipses never revealed Vulcan. It just wasn't there. Mercury's wobbly orbit remained a mystery until Albert Einstein came along. Einstein had this radical new theory, the general theory of relativity, and it made Vulcan unnecessary. According to the theory, Mercury was thrown off course because the sun's bulk was warping the very fabric of space-time. Einstein's equations predicted the wobbly orbit perfectly. But as always, some people demanded more proof. And once again, an eclipse came in useful. In 1919, the darkened skies allowed scientists to see stars near the sun. And just as Einstein predicted, the sun's huge mass nudged the starlight off course. Those results made him an instant celebrity. During a solar eclipse, you can see the sun's fiery atmosphere. Here's the reddish chromosphere. In 1868, scientists studying the light of the chromosphere found evidence of an unknown element. They named it helium, after the Greek sun god Helios. It took another 27 years before someone discovered helium on Earth. Where the chromosphere ends, the feathery corona begins. It sends blasts of charged particles into the solar system, and these space storms can take out electronics on Earth. They could even potentially kill interplanetary astronauts. So, how does the corona work? Well, there's a lot we still don't know, partly because we can really only investigate it when something blocks the overpowering brilliance of the sun's disk. We've built advanced instruments to try and do that, but the moon still does the job much, much better. That's why, even after all these years, scientists still flock to eclipses, point their gadgets at the sky, and make the most of that brief moment in the moon's shadow to shed new light on the sun. Thanks for watching. Check out our other videos. Please subscribe.
Anyways, pretty cool, right? I mean, a lot of history there with eclipses. They have helped to prove, geniuses right. Over again, other stories there. Eclipses literally have ended, wars historically. The Romans and other very historical civilizations were always intrigued by the eclipse. And there you go. It took us till the 1800s to figure it out. And here we are, live streaming, talking about the eclipse. Wow, right? No, and granted, maybe the news was broadcasting not too long ago, but now, here we are. So very cool. Whoever's going to be watching that eclipse tomorrow about 10:39, 10:40, 10:20, anywhere in there, right? At 10:37 actually is like probably going to be the best time, but you'll find it on there. You just got to look it up. Cool. So moving on to our Herbal Wellness Corner, guys, brought to you by High Horse Cannabis Company. Talking about your favorite weekend choices. I want everybody to, post that below. What are you guys looking at for, your weekend options as far as cannabis medicine is concerned? And there, are we considering dose layering things like edibles or tinctures, or maybe using a vaporizer or some sort of inhaled method, and changing up those methods based on weekend preferences. It could be a very situational thing. Obviously, the eclipse there has a little bit of a way of changing everybody's perspective on things. So, hey, maybe if you want to change something up this weekend, our 500 milligram THC and one-to-ones and one-to-one-to-ones have all dropped there, as you've probably seen them scrolling on the ticker, but are definite medical grade there. Exciting changes coming up for us in the future. Find those at High Horse Cannabis Company, 24/7, 365 sponsors of our Herbal Wellness Corner segment. Very excited, guys. So cool. Also, moving on to our community spotlight, talking about the Warriors Week Music Fest. They have finished up the end of their Cancer Warriors Week. Very exciting for all those guys, for that group, and for everybody there. We're happy and proud to have been able to raise money and to be able to donate some to this organization very soon as part of the Trichome Alliance and everything we did with our Butt Cancer Gala. Still just doing our absolute best to plug and chug with everything, to balance all at once and do a good job. It's definitely something we want to do. So want to make sure everybody gets the, deets on the Stronger Together Music Fest there. Looks very, very awesome. You get in there, $25 at the door. You can see all kinds of bands all day on Sunday, over at the game. What a better place to spend football Sunday, watching games, getting live music, and a literal lineup of music, all in the support of Cancer to End Warriors Week. That's pretty awesome. Awesome. So that's our community spotlight for today, guys. And lastly, talking about optimizing weekends. And so we saw a little survey here. I thought this was an interesting one. And this was an interesting survey from actually the state of Delaware. I'm going to show this radio station survey for you guys right now to end this one. Awesome. How above average guys spend their weekends in our Men Health Minute. So a little bit of a survey here. Interesting, right? According to Men's Health magazine, this is how the above average guy spends their weekends. Well, right? As an above average guy, who every guy probably thinks they are, right? Ahem, ahem, cough, cough. This is AKA every single guy ever. So who knows what the, the age bracket to this, but I thought these were funny. 51% of men say they live for Saturday and Sunday. 38% still log laptop time for work during those precious weekends. 25% of men plan out their weekends a week in advance. 53% of men like to sleep on Saturdays. 85% of men's internal alarm clock still wakes them up at their typical workday time. 50% of men have spent a whole Saturday watching a movie marathon. 214 minutes of TV time is what the average guy logs on a typical weekend day. 38% of men lied about whatever they did over the weekend. 59% of men use weekends to work on household projects. 47% of men love weekend chores, even though they complain about them. 23% of men say they have sex every weekend night. 56% of men say they are more likely to try new sex positions when work is not looming. 70 calories are the extra amount consumed on an average weekend day. 4 ounces is the amount of weight people gain between Friday and Monday. 33% of men throw back 5 or more drinks on a typical weekend night. 19% more cash is spent during the weekend outings than on weekdays. 39% of men regain their footing by frequently attending weekend religious services. 44% of men say Sunday afternoons tend to bum them out. So, guys, which one are you? Either way, my message to you, enjoy your weekend, whatever it is you choose to do. Stay safe, healthy, and happy. Enjoy the eclipse. Make those sunglasses and don't burn your phones.